Hello. Oh,
Hi.
I can probably only pin one of you. Oh, I tell you what, if I don't pin, maybe if you both speak, you'll come up in at different times. But I wanted to invite you into this next chapter. You could have come obviously much earlier at the listening to or hearing something new and fresh, because you were undoubtedly the conduit through which I heard this in the very first place. So thank you for your role in that. But we co facilitate the retreats at Belfield. We are very much looking forward to at some point getting back and restarting those. We particularly, I know, love the working with the young people. But I just wondered if you could share with the audience what you've been doing during lockdown and where you are taking your sharing of this understanding, because you've got some very exciting things going on.
Yes, and it's been an interesting time really with lockdown. And one of the things we've noticed in particular has been in our local community. So we live in Devon, right on the edge of Dartmoor, at a place called Ivybridge. And our local community is about 12,000 people who live there. And one of the things that we've been really inspired by is mental well-being. And so it really is very much the theme of your book, Caroline, and the work that we're doing as well, is looking very much at this often the overlooked understanding of how we operate psychologically, and how when we overlook that, we can inadvertently cause ourselves a lot of mental distress. And so it's kind of come together in the community. Before we went into lockdown, we went out in the community, we were meeting community groups, social prescribers, community connectors, that kind of thing, and seeing what was happening with well-being in our local community. And then since lockdown, what we've been doing is we've gone online and we've developed something, and it's evolved actually, a bit like your book evolved along the way. What's evolved is we've started running online trainings called Wellbeing Listener Trainings, specifically for people in our community. But of course, because we can deliver them online, we've been able to attract people from actually, we've had somebody from Switzerland, two people from Switzerland join us.
Wow.
who heard about it and decided they'd like to come on the training as well. And I guess that the message, or the two messages that we think is very different than maybe traditionally people hear about well-being, is firstly, well-being is constant. It's like the essence, it's the core of who we truly are. That's the nature of what we're talking about when we talk about well-being. And the second thing that people often misunderstand is that although well-being can get covered over with like the weather system of your moods and thoughts and feelings and beliefs, it can never actually be damaged. And so what often happens when people are involved in conversations with each other is that they try and fix the weather system of thoughts, feelings, and moods. Whereas what we say with well-being listeners is, no, that's the wrong place to start. The biggest effect you can have is by listening for well-being in the person that's talking, because what they've just done is they just temporarily overlooked it. And when you shine a light on well-being in someone else, it just naturally ignites. So that, in a nutshell, is the work that we're engaging with in our community, and it's been really well received, so much so that our community connector here is wanting the work to be very much part of the strategic plan moving forward in the recovery stage of COVID. So we're really hopeful that we will be one of the many organisations and people in our local community that are really actively supporting that mental well-being in our community as we move forward. So in a nutshell, that's what we're up to, and we're having a bit of a blast, if I'm honest.
Lovely, absolutely. And I think we're all having a blast in terms of sharing this understanding because of the value that that it brings to those people that hear the message. So thank you, Stu. Is there anything that you'd like to add, or just lovely to see your face there?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for inviting us to this. Well, it's like a party, isn't it?
That's the idea.
Yeah, it's lovely. And I look forward to the drinks shortly. Thank you.
There's
Um, yeah, we're having a fascinating time actually, meeting some wonderful people in our community, and what we've seen is that there are so many really good people that are doing a lot of good work. This is just one community, and this is happening all over the country. And actually, what the way I would describe it is that in the way that when we work with an individual, we're looking beyond the stories to look at what's already there, what's already present in abundance, the resilience and resourcefulness. We talk about peace, love, and wisdom. That's what we're looking to see, and when we point that out to the individual, and they really see that for themselves, then whatever confronted them before is looking different. And what we're doing with the community is something very similar. So we're pointing to the resourcefulness, the resilience that is already present within our community, and shining a light on that. And actually, when other people in the community get to see that and experience that for themselves, then just things look different again. There's much more collaboration, connection, and real hope. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing really in the work that we're doing now locally.
lovely. Thank you, Stu.